Hello, fellow comic book lovers, collectors, and aficionados. Vin Crew here with a weekly BICH, his back issue comic haul, as well as a trade that I did with a fellow YouTuber. Let's start off with the trade, as I typically do. The trade was with Scot 1300X. I have not, ScotX1307. Oh my God, sorry about that. Could I butcher that anymore? But never done a trade with Scot before, and very, very nice guy to talk with. Had some long conversations with you, Scot. Really learned a lot. Appreciate that and appreciate the time. I think most everyone knows Scot. He's been around for a while. He is stalwart in the community. Pretty much known for those flea market hauls and just finds those quarter books. We don't have quarter books out here. Very rarely do we find books for 20 cents or a quarter, but I don't know. And he has great taste in books, a lot of the indie stuff, which is really cool. Big Johnny Quest fan, that sort of stuff, but just really, really a great guy, and thank you so much. All right, so let's get on to the books. I received from Scot Batman Beyond number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, Batman and Robin 35, the monster variant, and the Lego variant to 36. This one I was really happy to see. This is Silver Surfer in Thy Name number 1. What I like about number 1 is this is a Michael Turner cover. So I'm a huge Turner fan. And there's number 2. Unfortunately, that's not Turner, but still part 3. And lastly, part 4 to that miniseries. All right, Scalped number 14. So now I'm down to needing issue 16 to finish that run. He had a couple of variants to the A versus X. Can't remember who the artist is on this, but this is round 2. This is J. Scott Campbell on number 3, so happy about that. Love ash cans and whatnot, and he had a Aliens Predator, Deadliest of the Species ash can. Beautiful looking book. Saw these on Matt Comic Quarter 410's vids a while back, and piqued my interest, so when Scot had them, I snapped them up. Marvel Knights number 2, number 3 with the Punisher, number 4, number 5, beautiful Moon Knight, Daredevil, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so, and then if anyone has ever been watching my videos, they know for some reason, I'm just a goofball when it comes to these wizard halves. And I know Howler Mouse did well, let me touch on it real quick here. I picked up, he had Prime half and the Red Star half. Now, for some reason, I keep thinking there's 81 of these wizard halves. That's the number that I just keep finding. But I have yet to find a definitive list of all of them. So I just keep picking them up when I can. And as I alluded to earlier, or mentioned that Howler Mouse Tim did a Wizard Half video, which I would strongly suggest checking out. Did a great job with it. I might do a Wizard Half when I'm over 70 of them now. So I was hoping to get to like 75 or 80 before I did one, but we'll see. And I just wanted to mention real quickly here, taking a personal thing here, and please forgive me, I usually don't talk personal, but I know Tim, Howler Mouse, Michael Jocko, a few others have tagged me recently, and I know that there's been a rash of contests out there that I have not made submissions for. I gotta admit it, we took in 2 special needs foster children that by far take up 90% of my time, it seems like, from 6 a.m. until 10 at night when we can put them to bed. And not only that, but, once again, I don't usually talk about this, but I do have an eye disease that has stopped me from being able to drive. I had to give up my license. So to get around, I have to do buses. I have to rely on people. So to get to comic shops, it's like an all-day thing. I mean, and because of that and other things, I just don't have the time, and I have to allocate my time. And right now, my allocation is going towards my family and trying to just get used to things. Now, I don't think this is going to be forever. I just need to get used to things. We've only had the second child since December, so it's getting used to things, the system down. And I appreciate it. I so much appreciate when you guys think of me and tag me. But please, please, please don't take it personally when I cannot respond to it or make a videos for them. I just don't have the time, and I had to make some decisions, and the same with the contest. So at least for a while, I'm backing away from the tags and the contests and whatnot. I will try to watch people's and make comments as best as possible. That's another thing too, with 500, almost 600 subs, and I do try to watch everyone's videos. It takes a lot of time. It really does. So, all right. So moving on. Okay, let's do the obligatory hot book movie, blah, 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 blah. All right. I want to speed this up here. Okay. And if I didn't say thank you, Scott. Boy, I get sidetracked very easily here. But here's one. Iron Man 53 out of Volume 3, I believe it is. This is the first appearance of Friday, who shows up in the new Avengers movie, like a second version or the first version of Jarvis. I couldn't quite figure that out, but all right. Here's a goofy one, huh? Kazar 17. And that is the first appearance of, God, I can never remember this guy's name. Garrett Everett. He's being played by the guy who played Bilbo Baggins and Everett Ross. Played Bilbo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings movies. He's going to be in the Captain America movie, so, all right, so this is interesting. There's a book out from Valiant that is really quietly selling for quite a bit of money. It's called Divinity, that I was reading on comicscalping.com, I think it was. But they mentioned that Divinity's first appearance is not in Divinity 1. It's actually in this book right here, Ivar Time Walker. So it's people don't realize that. So you might want to pick this up. I got it for $1 or $2. And then I noticed this book. So I'm not sure if Divinity is in this book, but this is the preview to Time Walker #1. I hope you can see the difference there, obviously. So, all right. This one, you got to give a shout out, credits due to Mercenaut. Brought this up a month or two ago. This is Vengeance #1. There is a variant that's a lot harder to find. I don't know if it's harder, but I haven't found it. This is the first appearance of Miss America, and she is going to receive her own ongoing series after Secret Wars. So this book is seeing a little bit of commotion and uptick. So, all right, latest Batman versus Superman news. Jesse Eisenberg, is that how, yeah, I think, who's playing Luthor, is apparently not 100%, but apparently rumored to be battling in the Luthor armor. So the Luthor armor makes its first appearance in Action Comics 544 right here. Okay, the Civil War news. They released stills of the costume and makeup and whatnot of Crossbones. So Captain America 359 and 60 are seeing a little bit of uptick again. I cannot believe that most 90% of the people out there do not have these books in their collection already because of the first Captain America movie. But if you don't, I would strongly suggest picking them up, I guess. If you can get them cheap enough, I wouldn't jump too high on the hype train on that one. All right, another one that I'm not understanding why. I don't know if they just want him to die so badly, but in the movie is the death of Steve Rogers. For some reason, this book just keeps surfacing on websites and whatnot as a book to pick up towards it. They have, this is issue 25 where he actually dies, and there's the second print. But he's not died. There is someone who has died in this movie. I'm not going to tell you who she is, but it's not Steve Rogers. So, all right. Probably the two biggest announcements were the Fox Studios announced that they are going to interject another movie before X-Force, and that is going to be New Mutants is going to get their own movie. I got to apologize. This is in pretty poor condition, this book. It is a first print. I own it, so hey, I'm happy with it. There's a smudge right here, which just drives me crazy. But nonetheless, this is the first appearance of New Mutants. And besides that book, maybe issue #1. There's a lot of that out there, but Stranger Things that surprised me. This is a book I would strongly suggest putting on your New Mutants list, is number 86. This is the first cameo of the adult Cable. And keep in mind, before Cable kind of took control of this team, I mean, name me one other super popular character that could could drive this book by itself or could support a book by itself. Barely Cable can, but he's closely, I mean, he's got his own series and whatnot. So this was the book that started it, and people want 87, the full appearance, rightfully so, but until people more and more get it caught onto it, I would strongly suggest picking up 86. All right, and then the last bit of news is, and I actually got this one right. The day it was announced, before it was announced, I read about it. This was the DC Legends show, and they had not released the little preview thing, but they had made this little, and I kept reading this description of the villain for a while, and for some reason the name Vandal Savage just kept popping in my head for this villain. And finally, the day it was released, a few hours before the thing was released, I jokefully put on the Google Plus sites that I belong to that here's the still, they released a still first, then described the villain. I said, who do you think the villain is going to be? I jokingly said Vandal Savage. And sure enough, about 3, 4, or 5 hours later, they released the thing, and yeah, Vandal Savage was the bad guy for this. So, the two books that are seeing the most uptick from this are Birds of Prey #1 out of 2010. The reason this book is seeing some uptick is this is the first appearance of White Canary. White Canary is going to be one of the characters, the original Black Canary that died. She's, I think it looks like the Lazarus Pit. Maybe, I don't want to go into it, but anyway, she's going to be that role, and this is her first appearance. And then this book right here, Flash 137. This is already a Grail book for Flash lovers, but this is the third overall appearance of Vandal Savage, first Silver Age appearance of Vandal Savage. So this book is going to see a little bit more of an uptick. And I got a question, too, regarding this DC Legends. Maybe somebody can help me out with. Was there not going to be another character? Remember back 3 months ago, they announced that there was the girl that we thought was either going to be, it turned out to be Hawk Girl, and then Rip Hunter turned out to be one. There was a third character that people were debating. It was either going to be Static or Black Lightning. Well, I haven't heard anything more about that. Wondering what the dealio is with that. So, I don't know. Maybe there is one more thing that we need to keep our eyes open for. All right, so let's get moving on here now. Went to a con over the weekend, Spring Con in Minneapolis, and when it comes to cons like this, I really don't go there looking for keys. To be honest, they're overpriced. What I go there looking for is filler issues, run issues, especially gold or bronze and silver age, and then some stuff that just piques my interest that I haven't seen before. I like talking to the dealers that I haven't seen, that are from out of state or whatnot or aren't local. So anyways, so I bought about 150 to 200 books. Not going to show you all of them, and I am going to break this up into 2 weeks worth of video, so let's get started here. All right, first stack here. All right, Action Comics number 293. This is a classic story and a classic cover is how they denote it, and or I have read, and it's also the origin of Comet the Super Horse, so kind of cool. This one very happy to have finally. Action Comics 340, the first Parasite. All right, Action Comics 377. This is where the Legion of Superheroes run in Action Comics begins. I'm a big Legion of Superheroes fan, and I think you've been seeing that in a few of my collection or videos recently. All right, this is the first. This is Adventure Comics 308. This is the first appearance of Lightning Lass, part of the Legion of Superheroes. 315, part of the Legion of Superheroes. 320, Legion of Superheroes. 332. This is all Legion of Superheroes. 337. 340. This is the first appearance of Computo. All right. Picked up 2 more issues of Agent X. This is the first appearance of this young lady right here. I forget her name. And this is the last issue. All right. Does have Deadpool on the cover, which is what I like. All right. Picked up, I had thought, and I went through my Amazing Spider-Mans, and I thought I owned everything from 50 until it ends on 700. But it turns out I needed issue 79 and 129. Both aren't really big issues, so, or not 129, 139, excuse me. And 129 is a big issue. I was thinking of Comic Quest. Ira picked up a beautiful, I'm not going to say. But anyways, so did find 79. Congratulations, Ira, on that book. All right. This is a book that needs to go on people's radars very, very quickly. This is Aquaman number 4 out of the new 52. If don't take my word for it, go to eBay, see what people are asking for this book. It's $15 to $20, $25 at this point. This is becoming quietly the Nightwing number 4 of a few years back, the new 52. Super little print run, I think, is the story behind it, but definitely strongly suggest picking this book up. Strongly suggest it. All right. Batgirl number 11, one of the Art Germ covers. Just love that stuff. I can't find these books. I keep mentioning that all the time, but I don't know. I just can't find them. So I pick them up when I can. And here's the last issue of it. Oh, I like this cover too. Number 17, and then the last issue to the series. So, all right. Moving along. Batman. If anyone has been watching my videos, they know that I already have completed my Batman Series 1 from 200 until it ends. So now my next batch or segment or block is to go from 144, the first 12-cent issue, until it ends. So here's issue 177. Here is 180, which is the first appearance of Deathman. Number 191. Number 193, number 199. Picked up another Birds of Prey number 1 out of the new 52. That is a double. I didn't realize it. So if anybody wants to trade, let me know. This book, love this cover. This is a Michael Turner cover for Black Panther number 18. It's the variant. Look at that. Can he not draw Storm or what? Holy cow. I don't know. I'm trying to get... All right. So... Never enough room. Brave and the Bold, working on 50 until it ends. There's 82 with Aquaman. All right, let's have a little fun now. Picked up... at the con, I picked up issues number 33 of Captain Marvel. That's the origin of Thanos. Number 28. And number 26. This is the first appearance of Death, I believe. Third overall Thanos. All right, so, like I said, let's have a little fun here. All right, so, with those 3 books, I now have... Here's 33. Here's 30... What the heck is it? 32... 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, and 25. And what would a Thanos run be without issue number 55 of Iron Man? So I now own, I went and looked it up on comicdatabase.com. I own, believe it or not, the first 54 appearances of Thanos in comics, excluding, there are 3 foreigns that I'm not going to go after. I'm not a big foreign collector guy, but very, very, very happy. Stupid Cloak and Dagger number 18 is number 55, so I got to find that stupid book now. All right, so let's move along here. Found some more Daredevils. I'm down to needing 14, I think, to finish Series 1. Here's number 15, the first Ox. Number 57 and 74. Deadpool. Love me some Deadpool. That's the second print variant to number 11. This is, I got to give credit to Matt. Comic Quarter showed this not long ago. This is the battles, the Neil Adams battle cover. Is that what he calls it? The horror battle cover. Yep, 1 in 1 in 20 variants. So beautiful, beautiful cover. Found this for $5. Deadpool, the Death issue. And then I did find one of the variants. I like that variant a lot with the Avengers. So pick that up. Another variant to Deadpool Team Up 893. That's a Heroic Age. Just like this cover. I know it's Liefeld, but I like it. Deadpool Core. Deathmate Preview Green Edition. Finally happy to finally have this book off my list. This is Demon number 7. This is the first appearance of Clarion, a witch boy. So, all right. My detectives. Working on my detectives. I already own from 500 until it ends on 881. So now I'm working from 400. So here's issue 374, number 409 and 401. This is the second Batgirl and Robin team up. Kind of interesting. Here's 423, 427, 430, and 487. So happy to have all those. See how far we can get along here. All right, Doctor Strange 183. I'm now missing 77 and 78 to finish that run. What's going on with the Eternals? I remember when this book was dollar fodder all day long. Number 14 and 17. Now they're just crazy. Can't get them for under $5. This is beautiful. This is the green foil edition to the Michael Turner Fathom from Wizard. So I do love my Wizard stuff. This is interesting. This is Faust Volume 2, number 9. It is a first print. It is signed by both Tim Vigil and Quinn. So very happy to have that in my collection. I'm not a big autograph guy, but yeah. Five Ghosts, number 4 and 5. Just trying to finish that series. This book was, I got beaten by Y85 on it, but this book is interesting for a few reasons. This is Flaming Carrot number 27. This is Turtles. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in this book, and it's actually in fact the cover is by McFarlane. So if you're a Flaming Carrot guy, if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, or you're a Todd McFarlane guy, I would strongly suggest picking up number 27. All right, found number 199 to Flash, part of that Reverse Flash series. This is another Wizard half. This is the Ghost Rider one. For some reason, this one has eluded me for a while. Can't find it, but I'm glad I finally do have it in my collection. Green Lantern 67, just working on that series as always. This is kind of cool. This is the History of Grendel. It's Grendel Tales Ashcan, which came out in 1993. Beautiful cover on that one, huh? Harley Quinn's stuff. Here's number 13 out of the first series. Number 31. And then number 5 out of the ongoing series. Found another one of those Marvel 25th. In fact, another shout out to Howler Mouse. Did a beautiful video on the Marvel 25th anniversaries. There's 29 of these, and I'm down to needing 5 or 6. So, all right. This is beautiful, isn't it? Greg Horn, Heroes for Hire, number 5. This is the variant. Just a beautiful mashup of Thor versus Jaws. Just really, really cool. So, and I saw this on comic speculating sites and really saw it and added it to the list. Believe it or not, Impossible Man number 1, Summer Vacation Spectacular. Only reason I wanted this book, early appearance of Thanos. All right. Some Injustice, Gods Among Us, Volume 1. This is number 5. This is the second print, but to be honest, I like this cover a lot better than the first print. But this is first print to number 7, 8, 9, which is a double, and 10. So if anyone's interested, let me know. Then the book I'm going to end this one off with is, this is a book that's been sorely lacking in my collection for a while. Oh, that glare is bad, isn't it? Journey into Mystery, annual number 1, First Hercules. So very, very, very happy to have First Hercules in my collection. So, yeah, so that is going to end it. I'm going to do, I'll finish up the rest of the books next week. So This is Vin Cruz saying thank you so much for watching and putting up with my personal little thing there. I apologize. I don't like to interject. I'm comics. I like comics. But anyways, thank you so much.